Tim Cook is one of the most disciplined and structured CEOs in the world, and as the leader of Apple, he follows a strict daily routine to stay ahead of challenges, manage his time, and lead one of the most valuable companies in history. But what does his day actually look like? In this video, I'm going to break down how Tim Cook structures his day, his approach to productivity, and the key habits that help him stay on top of Apple's operations. If you're new here, my name's Byron Morris, and I'm the author of The Effective CEO 2.0, and on my channel, I share videos on everything from mindset to leadership and becoming more effective in your role. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss future videos. So let's get into Tim Cook's daily routine. He starts his day at an unbelievably early hour of 4 a.m., where he spends an hour going through emails. Unlike most CEOs who delegate communication, Tim personally reads hundreds of emails every morning, sometimes up to 700 to 800 a day. These emails are a mix from both employees and customers. The reason he does this is he values direct feedback, as it helps him to stay in touch with both what people love and also what they want them to change. This keeps him connected to Apple's community, and it plays a big role in helping him determine what they need to be working on as a company. Also, the reason he likes waking up early is it's the part of the day that you can best control, because once things get busy, it becomes less predictable, as so many things can happen that take up your time and energy. This is the trend you'll see in a lot of CEOs and high achievers who start their day early, because at that time no one needs you or is looking for help with anything, which makes it easier to prioritize what you need to get done. At 5 a.m., he then heads to the gym for an hour of strength training. And one thing that's really interesting about his approach to working out is he refuses to check his phone during that time. I think most of us are guilty of scrolling through messages and social media between sets, but Tim prefers to have a deep focus when exercising. The thing I love about this is we all spend too much time looking at devices and on our phones, and with how busy Tim is, he's no doubt constantly wired. So it's great that he defends this hour to disconnect and take some time for himself. He also uses a personal trainer to ensure he's pushing himself and getting the most out of his workouts. He's done by 6, after which he showers and has a healthy breakfast that generally consists of sugar-free cereal with almond milk, scrambled egg whites, and turkey bacon. At 7 a.m., he then heads to the office, but not before stopping at Starbucks to grab his daily coffee, which has been a tradition that he does every single day since joining Apple. From there, he then starts his workday properly at 7:30, where he usually kicks things off with his marathon of meetings. Tim is known for holding meetings that can last 5 to 6 hours, where he's highly engaged in discussions, often asking an overwhelming number of questions to fully understand the details of projects. What's interesting about this is it's the complete opposite to a lot of other CEOs. Take Elon Musk as an example, who prefers to spend as little time in meetings as possible. I have a video breaking down Elon's daily routine, which I'll link at the end, but the reason Tim prefers this hands-on approach is it ensures that every decision is well informed. After a morning of meetings at 1 p.m., he then eats in the company cafeteria. He does this because he believes in being accessible and reinforcing a culture where leadership isn't separated from the rest of the team. From there, his afternoons are then focused on innovation and strategy. He works closely with the product and marketing teams, and his time is generally divided between handling day-to-day operational issues, planning for Apple's future, and reviewing strategic decisions with his executive team. His leadership style is methodical and future-focused, which is how he's able to ensure that Apple remains at the cutting edge of innovation. He then wraps up his workday at 6 p.m. and he makes it a priority to disconnect. Tim really enjoys outdoor activities like hiking, rock climbing, and cycling, so he uses that time to exercise outside. These boundaries help him maintain a strong work-life balance, which he sees as essential for long-term success. After that, he has dinner at 7 p.m., which is usually food he's taken home from Apple's cafeteria. He then dedicates time to reading books, as he sees it as a way to expand his mind and unwind from the day. Because he gets up so early, he then gets to bed by 10 p.m. because he wants to prioritize getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep whenever possible. This is because he believes agrees that sleep is critical for maintaining focus and making high quality decisions. While he may sometimes sacrifice rest during hectic periods, his goal is to maintain a consistent sleep schedule so that he can stay sharp. What's really interesting about Tim's routine and approach is it's far more balanced than other top CEOs. There's no doubt he's working incredibly hard and highly intentional with his time, but if we compare it to the video I did breaking down Elon Musk's routine, he's working 7 days a week, barely takes any time off, and often sleeps as little as 3 hours a night. The reason I like the way that Tim approaches life is as a leader, it sets the standard for what's acceptable in your company. So, by his team seeing him prioritizing exercise, finishing on time, and having a strong work life balance, it then makes it easier for them to emulate that, which can massively impact the company culture and how other people live their lives. Also, one thing I've seen from helping CEOs in 18 different countries to become more effective in their role is that after a while, the long hours and crazy stress can massively take its toll. Because if you're barely sleeping, always tired, and having issues at home, it's going to affect everything from your focus to your productivity and your performance, which in turn will directly affect your business's growth. This is why I think it's great that Tim is setting such a strong example of disconnecting and putting in the right boundaries, as it shows you can still work incredibly hard all while looking after yourself and enjoying life. Just to recap some of the key takeaways from Tim Cook's routine. One, he's extremely disciplined and sticks to a highly structured schedule. This allows him to maximize his productivity and decision making. Two, he makes sure that he's present and engaged in everything he does, whether it's meetings, responding to emails, or even working out. He protects his focus so he can stay in the moment for the task at hand. Three, he prefers hands-on leadership. He does that by being deeply engaged in projects, asking tough questions, and staying involved in Apple's key decisions. And finally, he prioritizes work-life balance. Despite running one of the world's biggest companies, he still makes time for exercise, reading, and engaging in outdoor activities. Tim Cook's routine is a great example of the power of disciplined focus and strategic time management, and it goes to show how you can maximize what you get done and build and scale a company without burning out and still enjoying life. I'd love to hear from you though. What part of his routine surprised you the most, and which of his habits do you think that you could apply to your own life? Drop a comment below and let me know. Also, I've recently launched a new series where I'm breaking down the routines of top CEOs as well as leadership lessons that you can learn from them. So who do you want me to cover next? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss future videos. And you can also grab a copy of my book, The Effective CEO 2.0, using the link in the description below. I've been Byron Morrison. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.